Hello everybody and welcome back to Awkward Silent Moment Simulator. Wait, hold on, that's not the title. Alright, welcome back to the Midnight Podcast. Tonight is the night of November the 19th. The time is 11:38, and yes, I just checked my iPhone on that, and it's been on 3% for about 5 days now. That's a thing. But, anyways, my dog is currently banging my pillow right now, so if you hear any snorting or weird noises coming from my puppy, you'll know why. But, yeah, I've been kind of getting into a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean a lot of it, of Undertale. I got stuck on the Undyne fight in the genocide run, and as is my motto in any and all video game, when the going gets tough, give up. Yeah, no, I'm not a hardcore player who's gonna spend like 5 hours trying to beat a fight, even though I've memorized a good chunk of Undyne's moves. I could probably finish it in like 17 goes if I tried, but I'm a casual gamer, so I don't really try that hard. But, yeah, I've been going back and, watching a whole bunch of the Undertale, like, comic dubs. I subbed to this one channel. I think it was called Undertale Comics TV. It's, pretty good. I like it. They put out a video pretty frequently, actually. So, I've been enjoying that. I also went back and started watching the old Game Grumps, Steam Train playlist of that. I'm, like, on episode 4 of their genocide run. And, oh boy, their feeling feels. Oh, it's so cute. Isn't it, my puppy dog? Okay, yeah, no, she's not gonna say anything. Alright, so, I don't know if I've already talked about this, but a long time ago, like 2-3 years ago, I wrote a fan fiction, right? And it was a short little one. It was for an English project to, demonstrate writing comprehension and all this junk. So I did that, and it was based off of a book series called Realm Walkers. Hold on. Sneeze. Anyways, yeah, Realm Walkers, written by Donita K. Paul. Really good writer. She has some good stuff. Good, fiction, fantasy stuff. It's fun. I love her writings. All of them. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I wrote a fanfiction of that. And, it was a short one. It was like 900 some odd words. It was really short. And, over the past, like, few years, I haven't touched it. Like, I initially wrote 2 chapters just for, like, 2 different English projects. And I did get pretty good scores on those. But I hadn't touched it in a while, and then I went back through my, like, Google Docs, and I found it in there. I'm like, oh my gosh, that exists. I totally forgot about that. So, I go in, I reread it, I correct some of the grammar mistakes, I touch it up a little bit, and then I'm like, hey, I still like how the story was going, and I could totally, like, I remembered the entire plan I had for the story and all this. And I'll be honest, I was stealing a whole bunch of stuff from, like, different anime and movies and TV shows I had seen over these. Like, I just had been stealing ideas from that and throwing that in there as little, like, offhand comments and stuff, like that. And, I sat down recently, over the past, like, summer and semester, and I wrote chapters 3 and 4. And I've started on chapter 5, and by started, I mean there's literally one sentence, and I'm thinking on revising that and then turning it into something else, and then having a chapter 6 based on where I was going with the current chapter 5. I think that would work. But one of my other friends, well, one of my friends, not other friends, because I wasn't talking about any friends. I don't have any. Just kidding. Anyway, so one of my friends is a writer, and they're like, oh yeah, I've used a whole bunch of like online sources and stuff. They're pretty good things. I use this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, oh hey, that's pretty handy. So I try and get things, rolling. And I'm like, hey, I want to post like one of these somewhere. No one's gonna pick up on it for a while. By the time you see this, it's probably honestly gonna be something like 2017. I'm horrible with uploads. I can promise you it's going to be past Thanksgiving. Hey, that's coming up. Whoa. Well, again, for you, it's probably already passed, but for me, it's coming up. But anyways, so with that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try fanfiction, fanfiction.net. So I try and get the ball rolling on that site. Things got too confusing, too fast, too many rules. Pfft, moving on, not touching that site unless I want to read something from that site, which I'm only following one author. Not going to tell you who, because I'm going to be honest, their story is R-rated. It's very good, but it has a few scenes not appropriate for children. I am of age that I am allowed to read this stuff, but, those few scenes I'm not going to recommend to you. Unless you like that, then, contact me personally and I might send it to you. Not actually, I'm kidding. But, so I gave up on fanfiction, it was too confusing. And then my friend was like, hey, you can use this one website. Okay, I've spent hours on this website, but I can't fully remember the URL. I think it's called Archive Your Own, something like that. It's Archive, that's in the name. I'll put a link in the description to it. Anyways, so my friends signed me up for that, and they're like, hey, you're gonna get like an email in a couple days, check that, go in, check that, do this, that, and the other thing, get the ball rolling, and you can do your fanfiction. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. And so I go in, and I get everything set up. Site was a little finicky for like an hour and a half, but I still got everything up. And then I go in, I post it, read it, go back, edit it some more, and then read it again, make sure it's good, post it. And it is currently up right now on the archive place. I'll put another link in the description to my fanfiction. And just saying, if it gets like 10 reads or so, maybe I'll post the second chapter. And then we'll, figure out where to go from there. And yes, shameless shout out, shameless plug, shameless everything. My dog is breathing quite heavily. You poor puppy. You sound so pathetic. See, my dog right now has decided to use my pillow as her bed. So I'm just using my dog as my pillow. Because that's how it works. I think she's actually fallen asleep. Ziva, are you asleep? I can't tell if her eyes are open. Yeah, she's asleep. Maybe not. Anyways, the battery on my tablet is kind of low. We're on 14% right now. So I am going to call this a night. Oh yeah, quick little thing about Ruby. Haven't seen episode 5 yet. I saw episode 4. It was a World of Remnant. Not really theory worthy. It was more of just an informational video. Not much to talk about in that. So I'll try and keep y'all updated with whatever I see. And as for tonight, sweet dreams. Farewell. Sleep tight. And don't let the evil genocide route Sans bite.